Welcome to another video of How to ABX. Today is Speed Hero Female Burn Day. It is 9/4/2023. I'll briefly talk about the rotation, show you it in action. So we're going to be using Luna Snow with a Rage today. Pretty much you want to do 5, 3, 4. You can delay canceling 3 until the ice starts falling from the sky. Once that happens, you pretty much spam 2, 1, and 6 as soon as they're on cooldown as much as possible, sticking with the 5, 4, 3. Don't worry about when you're actually proccing. It is more important by far to just spam your skills and fire off the combos often as possible. So let me show you that in action, and if you want to stick around, I'll give you additional information afterwards. So go right into Luna Snow, and like I said, 5, 4, 3. Wait till the ice hits 1, 2. Just waiting for that 1 and 2 to come down off cooldown, and I'm going to start hitting them as soon as they're off cooldown. 5, 4, 3. 6 is ready. I did do a 1 before I did 6. Doesn't matter. You can instantly cancel 6. Pretty much everything is instantly cancelable besides for 3. And like I said, I mean, you'll hear me like tapping on my controller here, trying to hit 1 and 2 as quickly as possible. She's not able to cancel today, so if you don't have her as tier 4, the question is, do you swap cancel? No, you do not. You are going to want to go ahead and brute force, which means not canceling at all and just constantly doing damage. This does drop your score sizably. It is better to have a cancel striker, but I don't have her tier 4 yet. I still have 1 more gear to get 30. And I'm saving my resources at the moment. So yeah, he's center and just kind of keep beating on him. So his shield will come up because it's burn season, and you'll just beat that shield down. She will still do a pretty impressive score even at tier 3. I do believe that Luna Snow is the meta for today. And I don't think you're going to outscore with many, but I will talk about alternate teams, and I'll tell you about the team I'm using, why I'm using it, and some of the bonuses that I get there. And then I'll also show you the build of my character and of my account, so you understand why I'm scoring what I'm scoring, in case you're scoring something different and you're like, oh, how do you score so much? Or in some cases, how do you score so little? Pretty much rinse and repeat. Nice, easy rotation. This summer lilac uniform is extremely powerful. Alright, he's going center again. So again, I'm just going to kind of, probably should have hit that 6 sooner so it could also cool down sooner. Look at that, shield's already gone. Boom, she just walks through the shield. So she is actually losing damage by not being able to cancel his roar. But as you can see, Luna don't care. Luna does not care. She is definitely the queen of AB. AB being Alliance Battle, in case you are confused or curious. I'm trying to pay real close attention to the skills and just trying to like rapidly tap the skills when they're around 2 seconds left, just to make sure I can fire them off as fast as possible. That's why it sounds like I'm clicking more buttons than I'm actually hitting, because I'm just constantly pounding on the keys. Alright, here's the final shield. We are tearing it down as quick as we can. It's not quite down yet, but we will get it down. Alright, shield's gone. It's the final stretch, and as you can already see, we already hit 12 million. A well-built Luna Snow on an account with really good cards, I believe, can actually cap today, which I want to say it's 18 million for the cap. I've never hit it because I think Luna's the only one that can hit it. The highest I can do is about 15 million with my Magneto, and Jean Grey can do about 14 million for me. So 13 million for a tier 3 character is absolutely insane. 1, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 6, 3. I always write down my scores to track them. Let's talk about my account, talk about some alternatives, and then we'll wrap the video up. So moving on, I'll go ahead and share my cards first. It's something to keep in mind, especially if you're new to ABX, or if you're struggling in ABX. Your cards and your X swords play a huge factor in how well you can do. So there's my cards. Pause it if you need to, or want to. Here are my X swords, and these are the effects that I'm getting from X swords. So there you go. Alright, now that you've seen those, the next thing to talk about is the build of the actual character. So let's take a look at my Luna Snow. And like I said, she is 1 gear away from being ready for her tier 4. So she will definitely get her tier 4. We're running, of course, the Summer Lilac uniform. It is a seasonal uniform, so if you missed it, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until the next season. I will say, if you tier 4 her, she does do okay with light serious armor at a tier 4. I don't know how she stacks up against some of the other characters, though, if she only has the Summer Lilac. but I'm pretty sure that she's pretty much the meta for today regardless. I have everything pretty much amplified. I'm going to hide my face here for just a second. Here you go. So you can see I've got some Odin's Blessings on her. She's definitely worth it. Her type is rank 5 at the moment. ISO 8 set is Power of the Anger Hulk. Always remember to make sure these are 6 stars and all red. Any attack set's going to work. Power of the Anger Hulk, Overdrive, Hawkeyes. It all depends on what your account needs. I do have her artifact that is only 3-star, but it does amplify her damage. And I do have a Brilliant on her. I have the increase all attack. I do want the Enraged. Unfortunately, though, I am going to have to burn CTPs to reroll it, and I don't have enough CTPs because I just rolled this today. Uniform is Summer Lilac, as I'd mentioned. I'll really quickly show you the uniform options in case you've not seen them before, so pause the screen if you want to read each one of these. Alright, let's talk about team and alternate teams. So the team that I'm running for today is Wave's Leadership. Wave does a few things for you. The first thing she does is she gives 25% to all characters. There is also a ability here, Superhero Allies, which would be Luna Snow. Basic damage dealt to supervillains increased by 50%. To me, that's probably one of the best support skills. If it is the best. It's not one of the best. For PvE, damage dealt is incredibly powerful, and it's much better than all attack and stuff. She is worthy of an insight, but I pulled it off her because I gave it to a different character, so she's not even sporting an insight at this point. And even if you don't have her uniform, she still does really good. Actually, really quick, because I don't always show this, let me go ahead and unequip her uniform, go over healer to skills, and we'll look at her passives. That's the wrong passive. So here's her passive. It's 40% damage dealt. So it is still a usable character. And actually, here, let me show her leadership as well. So her leadership is only increase all speeds by 6% for all allies. So her leadership is not as good. So you do want her uniform if you can get it, because of the 25 bonus and then the higher damage dealt. But I mean, you could still have the damage dealt to have her on the team if you absolutely had to. White Fox is probably the best support character for any character with a shield, because she does increase damage dealt, which we just talked about being the best at 65%. Now this only applies to characters with leadership. I'll go ahead and share this again, even though I show it in my other videos. If you go to details for any character, if you see this shield, it says leadership. If they don't have this shield, they do not get the bonus from White Fox. Luna Snow has it. Luna Snow gets the bonus. Oh yeah, I forgot to show her overall stats. Here's her overall stats as well. I don't know why I skipped that. Probably because I wanted to save it for now. I was thinking ahead, I swear. White Fox is 100% worth an insight, so she has one. So she's one of the top insight characters in my opinion. I do have her Lifestyle Series 2 uniform. You could take this off and you can still have something. So you do have a little bit of damage dealt. It's 5% more with the other uniform. So if you have the uniform, I mean, do you need it? No. But there's also a uniform effect that she does as well. So you don't have this without her uniform. But Superhero Allies, which would be Luna Snow, she's going to get all basic attacks increased by 15, that chain hit by 10%, and ignore target's dodge by 30%. So she is amplifying with her uniform and with that extra 5% damage dealt. So all around, if you have Lifestyle Series 2, this is probably the team, the meta team for today. Alternative characters that could also be run today. Black Widow. Black Widow tier 4 is okay. She is probably the worst of the tier 4's speed females at this point, but she's still viable. And if you have her built, which I don't know why you would, because if you haven't built her yet, there's no point to build her at this point unless you're using her for Striker, because she is probably one of the best Strikers to have to increase your damage for ABX. But either way, Black Widow can do some damage. I usually used to score about 11 million, 11.5 million with her today, but obviously my Luna Snow outscores her, so now Luna Snow at tier 3 is replacing my tier 4 Black Widow. Other options, of course, would be Gamora. Gamora does a phenomenal job, especially at tier 4. I never had a chance to build her, but I saw others use her. Shadow Shell is not real good at ABX, but I mean, if you have her built for World Boss Legendary, she does okay. Spider-Gwen is incredibly powerful. And honestly, I think Spider-Gwen was the meta until Luna Snow replaced her. So Spider-Gwen tier 4, brutal. Again, didn't build her. This is from watching other people's accounts. You could use Maya Lopez as a lead. She has a pretty decent lead with that 60% all attack, but it is not as good as damage dealt, so I would avoid using her unless you have no other option. Other leadership options and considerations is if you are using, I don't think we have any mutant characters, so I wouldn't even use her. And I would not use Gwenpool. But Gwenpool and Kate Bishop are considerations. You could use Gwenpool or Kate Bishop today, and both of them do okay if you do not have the better option of Luna or Gwenpool or Gamora. Those would be the top three, in my opinion, for today. Shuri is an honorable mention, because if you do not have the leadership ability, you're going to have to use her, and she does do 55% basic damage dealt by having her as a support character. So she is worth using as a support character for today. Anyway, that's the high-level overview of my account and the teams that I build and how I use them. Hopefully, if this was helpful, consider a thumb up, commenting below. Helps the algorithm, and may your ABX score be as high as possible.